Welcome to 500 Doors, your real estate podcast. Speaking with industry experts in real estate buying, selling, planning, developing, wholesaling, investing, financing, management. If it's real estate, we're talking about it. I'm your host, Kim Hayden, an award-winning 6- and 7-figure real estate agent with over 2 decades of experience. Understanding real estate is a dream for many, that we, real estate professionals, have the ability to bring that dream to reality while building better communities and being the change we want to see. All righty. Welcome, Sonya.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited. You're on the other side of North America, but we're both having tech issues, and we're both slightly
it's a great day.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
I love it.
You know, the biggest tech when I first started real estate in '99, the biggest tech issue we had is if we lost the key underneath the front porch.
Yeah. I can see that being an issue.
Yeah. We had old where we'd roll the old almost contractor boxes where we'd roll into a code, and I had the book come out with the weekly listings that we would go. We didn't even have an application, and now it's all internet. It's all internet.
On internet. Which comes with its own set of problems.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I have a saying, when things don't work, tech and toddlers, they'll both blow up on you at the wrong time.
You got that. Oh well. We deal with it, right?
Absolutely. It's the reason why 52%, 56% of licensed real estate community agents are female, with the average age being right around 50. And it's because we've dealt with those toddlers. So it makes it easier to deal with the ups and downs in real estate. But get us started here, Sonya. Who is Sonya? Give us a little bit of backstory, why you've gone into real estate, a little bit about who you are, and what market are you serving?
Okay. So obviously my name is Sonya Francis. I have been licensed since 2003. I actually got into real estate because my dad looked at me and said he had just sold his business, and he was like, hey, let's do something. So we got our real estate license, and from there it kind of developed. In 2008, we as in my husband, myself, my mom and dad, we started our RE/MAX brokerage here and grew it, which if you remember 2008, that was a lovely market to be in. The economy we were in a recession. So we prospered amazingly. We have 2 offices, 52, 53 agents. I have a team myself. It's actually both of my children. My youngest is working to get his license. My oldest is on my team. My team is called the Matchmaker Team. We service here in Maryland. We're licensed in Pennsylvania. And our brokerage is licensed in Delaware, but I have not ventured to take that task on as of yet.
I love that this is a multi-generational, endeavor. We know that more wealth is created through real estate than any other aspect, right? And you can create generational wealth, legacy wealth through real estate. And I love the fact that you're actually modeling that.
We're trying.
It's and it's not easy because, like you said, 2008 was not lovely. I mean, next year, if the commercial real estate collapse happens at the rate that they say it's going to happen, I mean, that's going to trickle back and affect the banks. That's going to affect everything. I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on residential, but on the real estate industry and the banking industry, it can have an impact.
It'd be interesting.
It's going to be they say, I went to a commercial conference where was I at? Chicago. And their whole mantra was survive 2025. It's like, ooh, that's not a good mantra. Just let you know, folks.
It's not, but it rhymes, so
Yeah.
that's got to count for something. It's fun, it's just not that fun.
Yeah, but it's there's always something. I
Yeah.
just think that, we've had such great opportunity presented.
Hmm.
I think even so through the pandemic, there was a lot of great things for getting back to basics that was presented. And that's, I think, part of what's trickled out into the commercial space is that a lot of us are working from home. We are utilizing technology. And hence now, the need to move, shift, change. How many people are you seeing that are moving because they're accommodating a new kind of baseline for their lifestyle?
A lot, actually. We have a lot of sellers, believe it or not, that are moving out of state. I mean, Maryland has its own set of concerns with taxes and things like that. We're not a cheap state to live in, even though we're small. But a lot of people are moving out of state, or they're combining families for financial, strength. Um, it's interesting, to say the very least, what has transitions from since COVID.
I think we're in the highest transitional time since probably like 1910,
Yeah,
when we started seeing automobiles come online and we started seeing radios go into every home, and that's that communication and movement, right? And
yeah.
I think it's a very similar time. What do you think separates you? Because I mean, honestly, to be in the business over 20 years,
Hmm.
when we know the average real estate, 87% of the real estate agents will flush out of the industry within 36 months of getting their license, right? What
Yeah.
do you think contributes, what makes you unique? Because you're a bit of a unicorn in the sense of, with the amount of people who have gotten their license since you got your license, and you're still going strong and you're building it bigger, you're building it better, right? So
Yeah.
what do you think makes you unique?
Ooh, well, let's see. That's a not a tough one, but a tough one. Um, uh, it's our industry is not easy, and a lot of people that get into the industry immediately assume that it's something that they can make a lot of money at doing, when in reality, our industry, it's about helping people. But on top of helping people, right, you have to prospect, you have to be a business owner, you have to know how to hold finances, you have to keep going with every little thing. So one of the best things I feel that helps set me apart is the fact that, well, I have a psychology degree that I got from Towson. That helps in a tremendous, tremendous way, because it helps me shift my frame of thinking with each and every single client that we come across. But it's information providing. It's making sure that people are comfortable with the process, and really putting them first and foremost before anything else. So taking care of their needs, making sure they understand every single step, because again, there's a lot of steps in real
Yeah.
estate. We're not just opening doors and then showing up at the settlement table. It's all the stuff in between that you have to have a passion for. You have to want to do, because if not, you're not going to want to be in this industry, because again, people just assume that's what we do: open doors and collect checks.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the, I wish.
I wish it was as easy as they show us on TV, and people had to pick 3 houses and that's it, but it doesn't work that way.
No, I think that, what's the highest count of homes that you've shown to a single buyer?
That's funny. We actually just had this question in our office. We were asking, to a single buyer. Now, I've had buyers where it's taken them years, and that's okay with me. I have told them, if it takes us a year, 2 years, 3 years to find you the right house, that's what it takes us. Um, but it's when we sat down and started figuring it out, those long-term buyers, it's probably been 70, maybe even getting close to 100 houses. The average buyer that's looking, and they're more of a monthly time frame, it's 20 to 50.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine was 42 in 3 days flat.
Wow. That's a
Needless
lot.
needless to say, I had them. I said, this is the one time where I condone Crocs. Crocs should not be seen aside from in gardens,
Yeah.
on grandmas, and if you have to look at 40 houses in 3 days.
Yeah, that's a lot of houses. How did you even
Oh,
remember what you were looking or them? That's crazy.
we had a whole, and this goes into that psychology thing.
Yeah.
We would always have a baseline house, and
Yeah.
this is back when we had the feature sheets, and we would have a feature sheet, and we would, after each home, we would take 5 minutes to decompress, take a look, reorganize everything we've seen, and we literally were throwing out the ones that did not make it in that top three.
Yeah.
And it was like, because, and I think that was 2007. I did that because 2007 was such a crazy market in Calgary.
Yeah.
And I had people flooding here from all over. And I mean, I had people who are buying houses sight unseen out of from England and such, because I was an area specialist. I did area. I stayed in my bubble. All the real estate agents here mocked me, but I had 3 children I was raising. So you
Yeah.
raised kids in this business.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit what that's like.
It's kind of fun. I have 2 kids. Like I said, my oldest is on my team. He sells real estate. He's literally my right hand man at the moment, if you will. I rely on him the most to step in and to take over when I have other things that preoccupy my time. And my youngest is working on getting his license. So that'll be fun when he gets into it, as well. But of course, it's a lot of training because I'm an advocate that I feel like new agents should always have someone who's mentoring them. They can shadow so they can see how things are done. And I think it's important that you do that with multiple people because you got to put your own spin on it. So you want to see how everybody else does it. But my kids grew up in this industry because, again, you figure I got licensed in 2003. That was the year my youngest was born. And they know nothing more than real estate because that is,
And
that
it's
is
a
what we did.
lifestyle. It's a
Yep.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit what you love about your market. Why should somebody move where you live?
Well, we have the 4 seasons, which is a great, great option, right? I mean, you can literally, Maryland's not big. So you could go to the mountains and to the beach in one day. It wouldn't take you a horrible amount of time to do both. Um, but because we are such a small state, we are close. Like my market, I'm very close to Pennsylvania, which is why I'm licensed in Maryland and PA. And Delaware is literally right next door to us, which is why our office is there. But there's a lot of beauty in Maryland. We have a lot of mountain sites. We have a lot of breweries and wineries, which are awesome to go and visit. And like I said, even though I'm not always a huge fan of all 4 seasons, we do have 4 seasons. So things are never the same. It's not stagnant. It's always changing, like weather-wise.
Amazing. Yeah.
It
And
can.
I think that after being locked down and having a lot of restrictions put on us, I think a lot of people are really looking for places that can give them a bit of freedom, and being able to have all that different topography and all the different lifestyles. And, basically you can do almost any sport you want because there'll be a season for it.
Yes,
And you
exactly.
just talked about breweries and such. I find real estate agents who are true advocates of their community always have kind of a favorite go-to or a little hidden gem. What's yours?
I don't have just one, to be honest with you. I have a
Okay.
bunch of them, but
Okay. Give me your top 5. Because
okay,
there you go.
we'll try to do that. So we have a couple of small areas, like something that's called like a liquid library that's not far, which is kind of interesting. Right next door, they make really unique concoctions using science to make different kind of adult beverages, if you will. We do have the fun breweries. We have one that's Big Truck. We have one that is the name just completely escaped me. That's so bad. but they have a lot of music, which is such a fun thing to go and experience because you can sit outside, you can listen to local bands, enjoy, enjoy whatever adult beverages that they make, but they're kid friendly too, which is what makes them so great. And we have a bunch of those. We have Westminster Winery, which is not that far from us. That's a great little winery spot. They actually, in the wintertime, they set up igloos, so you can go still be outside, but you're inside a plastic bubble. It looks like an igloo that has heat, so you can enjoy the outside world of still enjoying your wine, but still being warm because it can get kind of cold here at times. And I always love finding those small places in those more like the downtown areas. There's always one in every downtown area that we have here that you can go and find. And the one here in Hampstead, where I actually am, right up the street, it's they have their own. They make a lot of their fun stuff, their beverages, their everybody makes beverages here in Maryland.
Yeah, there's 4 seasons. There's a beverage for every season. You need cold ones for the summer. You need your warm ones for the winter. And then you need all the ones that will transition you to the cold or the warm.
Yes. But this place that I'm thinking of, which is called Mason Green, they do in the morning, they make their own coffees. And then you can go in the afternoon for the wine. So it's kind of like one of those hipster, places that I really like.
Okay, who's famous? Who's come from your neck of the woods? What's been invented there? Like, we know that Kool-Aid came from Nebraska. Coleman Coolers is from Kansas.
Oh, Under Armour.
Under Armour. Okay.
Yeah, Under Armour started here. Of course, Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer.
Really? I didn't realize he was. Okay.
Yeah, he's from Maryland. They used to talk about that a lot. If you watch the Food Network, is his name Duffy? He does the cakes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Duffy's
from Maryland. Yeah.
Oh, he's the one that started. Actually, he started the whole cake craze.
He might have, yeah.
I think he was the first.
Crazy cakes, yeah.
Yeah, because he's got a whole line now at Michael's. At Michael's, you go to Michael's, there's a whole line for Duffy's.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
But that's the only ones I can think of. I know there's a whole bunch more, but that's the
well, Under Armour keeps you warm. Michael Phelps, you got the ocean right next to you. And of course, who doesn't love cake? Who doesn't love cake?
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody should love cake.
Yeah, everybody should love cake. What would your advice be to other real estate agents in this market? It's been an interesting few years. What's your advice?
So it has been an interesting few years, and the advice, that I give to our agents now and new agents that come along, you really need to come into your office, or you need to get with another agent. You need to consistently keep redeveloping yourself, reaching out to your clients. That's one of the biggest things I think that we do, is reaching out to our past clients. It is so important that you maintain that relationship with them, because they are going to be the ones that are going to refer you first and foremost. So staying front of mind with those guys. And if you haven't been in the business, you really don't have past clients, get with your sphere, your friends, your family, the people that know you. And I always say, don't throw up real estate at them. Gentle reminder that you're in real estate, but don't talk about real estate. Actually be engaging. Actually enjoy knowing what they have to say. What do they do? I tell my agents on my team, let's follow them on Facebook. And when they have something cool that's happened that they just posted, we have so many different programs and things where we can send them something fun. I had a past client that just had a baby, and I sent them cookies with the baby's face on it and stickers that they could send out with, like, the baby's picture and like an announcement almost. Like, these are the little things that you can do that really makes them go, oh my gosh. And that's when they remember that you are a realtor. It's not you constantly going, hey, you know anybody who wants to buy or sell? Do you know? And that's just annoying. But actually being present, being interested in them is what's going to keep you top of mind.
Exactly. Can you share with us all of your socials? Again, folks, Maryland and Southern PA, thematchmakerteam.com. But if you could just go through everything for us, where people can find you and follow you, and where is best to engage with you.
Social media always is the best, but honestly, I'm always on my cell phone. So I always tell people you can always reach me there. But to get that information, our website, thematchmakerteam.com. Our Instagram, it's just at Sonya Francis. Our Facebook page is the Matchmaker Team. Twitter is also at Sonya Francis. YouTube, we actually do that for our sellers. We put quirky videos out, so we have some fun stuff there, but that's at the Matchmaker Team. And then our LinkedIn account, of course, is still just Sonya Francis. So if you can't find it at Sonya Francis, you're going to find it at the Matchmaker Team. That's probably the best thing I can tell you, because I'm at one of the two.
One of the two. That is awesome. I know that you're busy, hon, and I really, truly appreciate your time that you've given today. And enjoy the heat, because winter is just around the corner. Because we're all in the northern regions here.
Yeah.
But
it'll get you quicker than it will be at me.
Yes. I always look at people when people go, it's really hot. And it's like, don't worry, the first snow flies in 90 days. And they're like, you're not funny. It's like, but I'm just being truthful.
This is true. You are just being truthful. So
yeah. And we are going to keep our fingers. We'd love to hear back on your son graduating and where he finds his niche. How old is he?
What'd you say?
How old is your youngest son that's going through his licensing?
He's 20. He'll be 21 this year.
Yeah, so he's probably pretty adept at technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's definitely something you can't be afraid of in this world.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. All righty. Sonya, thank you so much for joining us here at the 500 Doors podcast. You are truly lovely and a true benefit to your community.
Well, thank you. And thank you for having me. I absolutely love this.
Absolutely. I look forward to connecting in the future and finding out how the youngest does in his real estate. If he drives you crazy or if he builds a mega billion, who knows? These young kids.
Who knows?
Excellent. Who knows?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, folks. I appreciate you listening to this show, learning a bit more about what is real estate. It's not selling sunset, folks. It's not on HGTV. It is in your backyard, on your streets. And these people like Sonya are the ones that will help you build your real estate legacy. Until next time, I'm Kim Hayden, your host.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us at the 500 Doors, Your Real Estate Podcast. Be sure to join our Facebook group at Real Estate Success with 500 Doors. Keep on watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, because we all know sharing is caring.